What is up, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. On today's video we are back with another Hot Toys figure unboxing and review video. Today we're going to go ahead and do the Green Goblin upgraded suit. This is another figure from the Spider-Man No Way Home movie. This would be the 9th figure out of 11 that Hot Toys released for this specific movie. I am not including the Lizard diorama base or the Sandman base that comes included with the Tobey Maguire figure. Again, this is the 9th figure, but the 8th one for me. I have not purchased the Spider-Man Battle Damage suit yet for Tom Holland. I will eventually purchase it, and I will go ahead and do an unboxing and review video here on my channel. Although I understand that the figure is old, but at the same time I do want to go ahead and get the full line collection of all figures that were released for the movie. The two remaining figures would be the Tobey Maguire figure that has been released to most collectors internationally, but not us here in the United States, and the final figure would be the Tom Holland red and blue suit, which was displayed at the end of the movie. But of course, this is the upgraded suit. Very excited to get him reviewed. In the background, if you guys can see on the right side, I do have the normal original suit, so very excited to go ahead and make comparisons between these two figures. Of course, before I do go ahead and get started on the unboxing itself, as always, want to thank you guys for the continued support. You guys are so awesome. It truly means a lot, the continued support that I receive on a daily basis from you guys. Again, if it is the first time that you're watching me, feel free to subscribe, like this video, and hit the notifications bell so that way you stay updated with the with the upcoming videos that I will be posting. With that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get started with the video. Okay guys, with the design of the box, so we pretty much have an animated image of the Goblin on the right side, covered with pretty much pumpkin bombs and Doc Ock's mechanical arms, some electro lightning, and also of course the circle of magic by Doctor Strange. On the left side we pretty much have the name of the figure and the name of the movie. Also we have pretty much a scratchy surface which is green colored and the purple background on the top. The difference between the other box for the original suit of the Goblin is that it's a purple background, a purple scratchy surface and a green background, so that's pretty much different. On the left side we pretty much have the same design, so we have the right side of that circle of magic of Strange, mechanical arm of Doc Ock, and also a left arm of the Goblin. We have the name of the figure and a purple background at the bottom, along with some electro lighting. So again, the design is pretty much the same. On the back we pretty much have that green scratchy surface again at the top and the bottom of the image. We have some electro lighting at the very top again, and some warning and legal signs for the figure. Now on the right side we have some imagery, and if you guys can take a look, so at the very top we have him fighting against Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and then this image at the bottom. Guys, I know the Goblin very, very well. That image is edited, no question about it. If I'm not mistaken, that imagery is actually from the first movie, the Raimi movie, but he's just pretty much covered with a hood and his glasses. Now on the right side of the box we pretty much have him once again at that fight scene at the end of the movie, with that purple background and then the green scratchy surface at the bottom along with the name of the figure. So pretty much the design is the same for all the boxes. I love the coloring, love all of the accessories. So far, off to a good start with this this first box. Now the second box, so again, same design again. So we have a plastic cover where we pretty much can see the figure along with all of his accessories. I think it looks pretty good as always. We have a lot of designs. At the bottom we have the name of the movie, and at the top we have the name of the figure, pretty much with a black background. On the left side we have that purple colorish of the spell of Doctor Strange just being broken, along with a black background. And then on the back, same thing, we have that purple spell that's being broken in the sky from that last scene, along with that black background at the bottom, along with some spider design in the middle. At the right side, same thing, but the difference is that it's in the middle, not at the top, the purple magic effect of that spell along with that black background. So again, same design for the second box, no issues whatsoever right now. And now with the figure itself, so the way that all of the accessories are in there, it's the same way as the original suit figure. So we have the base on the left top, on the top left, we have the glider at the bottom, and then we have the figure on the right side along with his accessories. Right now, grabbing this guy, my initial thoughts, first and foremost, he is for sure heavier than the original suit. That is the first thing that I noticed, but he looks really good. He looks massive, he looks buff. And again, I'm just making a comparison to the original suit, right? But this guy is hefty. This guy is really hefty. I love how all of the accessories are there for the suit. Off to a fantastic start. He looks really good. I love all of the accessories that come with the suit. Again, it is an upgraded version, of course, so we are off to a fantastic start. I would say the figure looks really good to start off. So as you guys know, we're going to take a look at the accessories right after this. We'll take a deeper look into the Goblin, but of course for this video we are going to make a very detailed comparison to the original suit. We'll eventually decide which suit is better, which one do I prefer the most, which one was made better, what are the differences and similarities. So we'll definitely get into that, but of course we'll get started with the accessories first. Okay, so with the accessories, guys, so we have a little bit more things with this figure than the original suit. So obviously the big major part to this figure would be the glider, which was actually not part of the deluxe version, if I'm not mistaken. This just came with the figure, period, right? So the glider, it's pretty much the same glider, the same coloring, the same two pumpkin bomb kind of openings at the bottom. We have those two black little holes right there in the middle. That's where the foot goes installed for the figure. So it's pretty much the same glider. There's nothing different from what I can see, and that's where I have an issue with Hot Toys, because for the original suit, I wish they would have done the original glider from the first Raimi movie. I think that would have made a lot of sense. Instead, now we have two goblins with the same exact glider. At the bottom, the way that it lights up, it's going to be pretty much the same. Now, one thing that I will give Hot Toys credit for is that how bright this is. As you guys can see there as well, there's the hole where the base would go installed to hold the glider. So right here is where you guys would pretty much go ahead and turn on those lights. The batteries have been installed. The batteries are huge, by the way, and it makes sense because this thing turns out really bright. As you guys can see there, that's something that I really admire about the glider, that it turns on really bright, and it for sure gives a whole new meaning to this figure, right, with the glider on. So definitely excited about that. Now obviously I don't want to go ahead and waste the battery, so let me go ahead and turn it off, right, and we'll turn it back on once we start posting this guy. But again, the glider itself, it's exactly the same. The coloring, it's fantastic. The purple and the silver looks really good with this glider. Also, we have the base, which we pretty much have a hexagonal, normal type of base. We have an image of the Goblin, again an animated version that looks nothing like Willem Dafoe, right? But it's on the left, along with the Spider-Man No Way Home logo at the bottom, and a purple scratchy surface. Not a lot of detailing with this base, but at the same time, I don't have an issue with that, because of course the main part of this figure is the glider. Now we do have the Green Goblin here in the normal font. Here's where they kind of made a mistake as well. They also put Green Goblin with the original suit. I think they should have just done upgraded suit on this one, and Green Goblin on the other one, but that's just my personal opinion. It does come with this stick that goes installed onto the glider to hold it up. The difference is that it doesn't come with the second add-on to hold the figure. Now I'll discuss a little bit later if I like that or I don't. Now we have the face sculpt of Willem Dafoe. It is exactly the same as the original figure as well. I do like this face sculpt. I've always said that they did a fantastic job with the skin texture. You guys can see the wrinkles, and I can tell that this face sculpt represents an older person. So it does look exactly as Willem Dafoe. So off to a good start. And then we have the detachable part right here that I didn't know with the original suit. So for those of you guys who watched my video, I deeply apologize. I did not know that we could detach the half of the face, or I guess the hair piece. And as you guys can see with the stick here, that's how you guys are able to go ahead and move his eyes to different positions, and I'll explain to you guys why that makes a huge difference with this figure. But pretty much you guys would just go ahead and get that piece attached back to the Goblin, and that's how you guys would have the eyes to be able to move. I like the fact that it's not noticeable at all. Again, I couldn't even tell with the first figure because obviously I'm just noticing this right now, but just know that it does come with rotating eyes, and that's for both figures, not just this one. It does also come with its goggles, which I like the fact that it comes with a kind of like a green type of glass that represents the coloring of the Goblin. Of course, they are very well made, and I love how they look on the figure. We'll definitely try them on a little bit later on. It does come with this kind of stretchy type of rubber band, which I really appreciate, because once we install this onto the headpiece, you know, it'll look very tight and very adjustable to the head. It does come with 2 pumpkin bombs, not 3 like the original suit. They're pretty much the same way, and I have no issues with that. I think this is a small accessory, and it doesn't really, you know, bother me in any way that it only comes with 2. I think 2 is enough. 3 would have been fine, but I think 2 would be good enough. But it does come with that as well. Now the difference is that it does come with these 4 pieces, I guess, of knives or weapons. These would go installed onto the Goblin's wrist, and we'll go over that process a little bit later on as well. They're very well painted as well. They're kind of like a silver type of color, and of course they are very well made, again, exactly as they are in the movie. For those of you guys who watched that end fight scene with Tom Holland's Spidey, these are part of him, and I'm glad that it comes included with 2 each for both arms, so no issues there whatsoever. And then we get to the hands. So it comes with 3 pairs of hands, 6 total hands. So we have the closed fist that goes installed onto the figure. The way that the suit is made is completely different. So as you guys can see, you can tell that he has some type of armor surrounding his normal suit. So the way the texture of these hands are made are different than from the original suit. These right here, you guys can see a little bit more since the hands are wide open. Now the posing of the hands is going to be exactly the same as the original figure or original suit, and I have no issues with that. Again, to me, the hand pieces or, you know, poses really don't make a lot of difference to me when it comes to this figure. I think the main thing is the figure, the face sculpt, the base, the, you know, the glider. So to me, the hands are, you know, fine. These right here would be the ones to hold the pumpkin bombs, which of course come included with the other figure as well. And as I mentioned before, you can tell that he has armor, the armory from the upgraded suit, on these hand pieces, and that's why the texture of them are different than from the other one. And personally, I like these better. Honestly, they look better well made, and they look really good onto the figure. So for now, guys, that would be it for the accessories. No issues whatsoever. I think that what we have right now is what we expected, so I would say off to a good start. Okay, with the figure itself, so just to kind of get a more of a detailed look on this guy, so as I mentioned before, this guy does feel heavier for sure than the original suit. I love this figure. All of its accessories that it comes with on the upgraded suit just look fantastic. That purple hood just makes a big difference for me. I love the purple hood. I love the addition of it, not just on this figure, but of course on the movie itself. The upgraded suit is very well made. Again, it just comes with so many things. Now the purple hood does come with some type of wiring, and it is a little dirty and ripped off, and I like that because that's the way it's supposed to be in the movie. So pretty much the wire is to adjust the position of that hood, so that way it looks more natural once you put it on him. If you guys want to leave it off, you guys have that option as well. Another thing that I really love about this figure is how the hands connect to his arms. So one of the issues that I have with the original suit is that it seems like he has some type of sweater, because I guess the wrists are kind of separated from his arms, and I'm talking about the suit. In this case, that isn't an issue because of the armor. It seems that it kind of presses the wrist with the arm, and the suit doesn't split off in any way, so the figure just looks so much better and so much more natural when it comes to, you know, to posing him and the way it looks. And then at the bottom, same thing, and I love this by Hot Toys. So now the boot is kind of over the ankle, if I can say it that way. So now we're not able to see that separation between the ankles and the feet, and you know, the suit just looked kind of weird to me. With the original suit, it seemed like it was kind of like sweatpants, if I can say it that way. With this figure, we don't have that issue. Now everything looks jointed very, very well, and I really love that. Again, the suit just looks so much better and so much more original to me. Without question, it's much more well made than the original suit. And again, as I mentioned before, all of his accessories, the peeled off suit, the purple coloring, it just looks fantastic. My only issue, and it's still an issue, is these shoulder pieces. So they split off too easily from the character. Again, as I mentioned before, I wish they would have gone with some type of magnet type of connection, so that way it's harder to remove these shoulder pieces. Same thing here with the knee braces. Again, you guys are able to remove them too easily. Obviously, we're not going to play around with these things. We're obviously here to pose the character and have him that way, but still, right, when it comes to trying to put this guy together, these pieces could come off, very easily. So that's the only thing that I would say that bothers me about the figure. But other than that, everything just looks fantastic about this guy. Now, with the goggles, if you want to go ahead and get them installed, so obviously that middle part right there, in between the eye lenses, obviously it's supposed to go at the top, so that's way that way how it's supposed to go. So pretty much, as I mentioned before, you guys just have to kind of stretch that type of rubber band type of material that goes on it. And if I could just go ahead and get that thing in there, and then once you go ahead and get that installed, we pretty much just adjust that rubber band on the top of his ear so that it looks more natural. And there you guys have it. So without question, it looks even better with the goggles. I've seen some collectors that tried these goggles on to Doc Ock. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. It really isn't, especially knowing how bad the glasses was and how bad that face sculpt was. To be honest, it's not a bad idea, but I mean, to each his own. Now with the knife pieces, so pretty much as you guys can see, we have 2 holes there that you guys can just install these in. So that would be the first one, and then if you want to try the second one, you can do that as well. Next thing that we want to go ahead and try on with this figure, so I do want to go ahead and kind of check out the articulations with this figure. So one thing that I didn't like about this one is that it does have less flexibility as the original suit. Now the arms move very, very well. I would say that they kind of move half distance, and that's not an issue whatsoever. But with the legs, they barely move. And again, I understand, the suit, the way that it's made, it's kind of some type of rubber material, but it doesn't really move a lot. And the issue with it is that when it comes to posing this figure on the glider, there's so many positions that we would want to put this guy in with the glider. Unfortunately, that's not going to be a possibility since the articulations aren't that great. As you guys can see, he barely moves up front, he barely moves to the back. So that's kind of an issue to me, right? Again, I don't want to complain about it. This guy is still really, really good, but still the articulations aren't the best, and it really limits us when it comes to posing this guy on the glider. But other than that, again, as I mentioned before, everything just looks fantastic. Now right here, guys, I wanted to go ahead and try on the helmet to see if it does fit, and thankfully it does. So just an FYI, so what I did is that, again, we removed the normal kind of neck piece that it had with the original head sculpt. We went ahead and put the one that goes installed onto the helmet. We just got to go ahead and put that hood piece back on, and then put the shoulder pieces back on, just kind of like with the original suit. For those of you guys who have that figure, it would be kind of the same process. The only difference would be the hood piece, right? The purple hood piece. And then we pretty much just get the the helmet installed. And to me, this is perfection. To me, this is the perfect suit. The original suit along with the helmet, that would be the perfect Goblin in my personal opinion. Now, if you guys want to go ahead and get the hood in there, you guys can, but unfortunately the helmet is too kind of wide that it would just look really, really weird. But just know that this is how he would look with the helmet. To me, complete perfection, no question about it. It looks beautiful, and unfortunately we never got that design in the movie. Okay guys, so now the moment that I've been waiting for with this video. So we have a side-by-side comparison between the 2 goblins. On the right side, obviously, we have the original suit. On the left, we have the upgraded suit. So believe it or not, guys, even though it's the same character, we really don't have a lot of similarities. So to me, I would say similarities is, of course, they're both goblins. We get the same Norman Osborn head sculpt, we get the same glider, we get the same pumpkin bombs, and I would say the same hand pieces, but that's it. honestly, that would be it. Everything else is completely different. The coloring of the suit, I would say, is a little bit brighter green for the upgraded suit. It of course does come with purple pieces, either from the suit being ripped apart or that hood piece that he has. Obviously, one does come with a helmet, the other one does not. The upgraded suit is a little bit heftier, a little bit more well put together, a little bit more buff, and then of course the original suit has more articulations, right? So it is a little bit more flexible when it comes to posing him on the glider. If you guys may make me pick which one is better, I hate to say this, and this is gonna hurt me a lot, but I'm going with the upgraded suit. The suit is just much better. The figure is much more well put together. It looks more original. It poses better. As you guys can see with the original suit, the way, and as I mentioned this before, the way that the suit connects onto his hand pieces and his legs, or his feet, it just looks weird. It looks more like he has a type of jumpsuit, and that really bothered me. And that issue, we don't have it with the upgraded suit. As you guys can see, again, the suit just looks much more well put together. It feels like he has armor. It looks like he has an actual suit. So without question, the upgraded suit is much better. But I wanted to go ahead and make a comparison between these two guys. Both still amazing figures, and very excited to know that I have both of them. And then the next side-by-side comparison would be with Electro. So obviously, whenever I had the first Goblin figure, Electro wasn't released yet at that point, so I didn't get to make that comparison whenever I had the Goblin. But I wanted to make this comparison because to me, these were the two most badass villains of the movie, no question about it. I feel like each character had their moment of power. Both sensational characters, both got to give a huge upgrade to their suits in different ways. So was so excited to see these guys back in action. They both represented their characters very, very well. As you guys can see here, the Goblin is a little bit taller than Electro, but as you guys can see, one of the similarities is that that they both have had their armor completely reconstructed, and kind of both represented their comic book type of version more in this specific movie. But again, both characters were fantastic. Both figures are good, but no question about it, the upgraded suit is much better. It just comes with much more things. And again, I'm just a bigger Goblin fan than an Electro fan, with all due respect to Electro. But again, this would be my second comparison, because both villains were very well represented in the movie, and I thought they were the ones that had more action throughout the whole movie. Okay guys, so now we have reached the end of the video, where I post the figure as always in different ways, and of course I give my final thoughts about the guy. So first and foremost, let me go ahead and say it. This is my favorite figure of the Spider-Man No Way Home collection line so far. No question about it. This guy just looks fantastic. He looks exactly as it is in the movie. The posing, I felt personally I did a little bit of a better job with this figure than I did with the original suit. Again, not trying to give myself props, but just kind of want to be honest about what I did here with this figure. Again, just in love with him. The suit looks really, really good. He looks so well put together, so hefty, so buff, if I can say that. Again, all of its accessories, the fact that I'm able to connect the helmet onto him to pretty much make him look perfect. That's what gives it away for me. Now, is he gonna end up being my favorite from the whole line? We'll see about that, because I think I'm about to get my two favorite figures in Toby and that red and blue suit for Holland. So stay tuned in for that. We will definitely go ahead and get to those two figures, along with the battle damage suit for Tom Holland. I do want to go ahead and get every single figure from the collection line, and eventually, once I go ahead and get every single figure, guys, I do want to go ahead and do a full video reviewing all 11 figures, and pretty much just give my thoughts about what I think about the whole collection. Did Hot Toys disappoint, or did they do a good job? So I do want to be an honest fan when it comes to that video once I do it, and of course stay tuned in for that. Now, right here with this post, guys, this is what I was talking about whenever I said that the rotating eyes made a huge difference. So the original head sculpt to me looks a little bit goofy, looks like he's laughing, but with the rotating eyes, to me, this pose right here makes him look evil, makes him look like a maniac, makes him look like a psychopath. Without question, it makes a huge difference with this figure. So that's why the rotating eyes for this figure specifically do matter. For some other figures, I think the only thing that it does is that it just gives the pose in a little bit more of a natural position because the eyes are able to rotate. But with this figure, to be specific, it gives a whole new meaning, especially with this pose, because he looks like an absolute psychopath on this pose. So and again, I'm not trying to give myself props, I'm just talking about the eyes, the way that they rotate onto the figure. So just wanted to go ahead and kind of let you guys know about that. So again, overall guys, fantastic figure. So excited to know that I finally got him. Again, I can never in my wildest dreams did I think that I was ever going to get 2 different Green Goblins, right? So now the question is, how am I going to pose both guys? Because there's no question, I have to pose them with the gliders. As you guys can see here, now he has the helmet. To me, this is the perfect look again for the Goblin, with the helmet, with the glider, with all of its accessories. This is to me the perfect Green Goblin right here, and that's just my personal opinion. Again, I don't want to be too critical of the creators of the movie. They decided to go with Norman Osborn's face to be kind of revealed without helmet, and honestly he did a fantastic job. So I want to make it clear, I'm not saying that the original upgraded suit was a bad idea. It looked fantastic. Willem Dafoe did a fantastic job as the villain, but just me personally, I just have a personal type of connection with the helmet. I guess I'm letting nostalgia get the best of me as always. So to me, I just love this helmet on him, and the upgraded suit just looks fantastic. The hood, same thing. Everything just looks really, really good when it comes to this figure. Honestly, I have no complaints. There's nothing that they could have done better. Only the shoulder pieces that go attached, not with a magnet, but with kind of like a sticky type of thing. That would probably be the only thing, and the fact that he doesn't articulate that well. But those are just small details. I really can't find anything else that I dislike about the figure. To me, one of the best figures that I've received from Hot Toys without question. So before I do go ahead and end the video, guys, as always, want to thank you for the continued support, guys. We have reached 400 subscribers. I cannot thank you guys enough. You guys are so awesome, so kind, so supportive. It means the world to me, everything that you guys do for me, all of you guys who have subscribed and watched my videos. Again, I am lucky to have you guys as a as a fan base, as a community, and obviously hopefully we can keep growing as a YouTube community. The goal here is obviously to reach 500 subscribers, and hopefully we get to reach that goal soon. But I just wanted to go ahead and take a moment to say thanks for everything that you guys have done for me. It means the world to me. I am lucky to be able to do this, right? And it means the world. I love collecting, I love posing figures. Again, as I mentioned before, I owe you guys a collection tour. I promise you it is coming soon, just bear with me. But again, just wanted to thank you guys for that. And again, just a reminder, I am on TikTok and Instagram. The links to that are on the description of this video. Feel free to add me there if you guys want to take a look at some of the images that I've taken a look for this figure. As a reminder, again, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, like this video, and hit the notifications bell so that way you stay updated with my upcoming videos. But for now, guys, this is going to be it for this video. Thank you once again for tuning in and for being so supportive, and I will see you next time.